So before we jump into this build section with Amy's events and of course the crew section with Robin's events, I got a lot of questions from you guys. They wanted to see what setup I use for my 911 Carrera RSR 2.8. So I mean, I have two cars here. I have this one, which is my RWB kit, and I have it stuck with the ducktail. I used this one mostly for the ducktail with all of Amy's build events. But if you guys wanted to see the car that I use for speed, I don't really recommend that you use this because it's a bit too drifty. It's not really, well, it is sort of balanced, but it's a bit too drifty though. So here's what I did. I have both my front and rear tires sort of at a balanced state, but more on the drifty side. So they have more pressure in the front, less pressure in the back, so you get more of a slide there. Steering response is fast, slightly wide steer range, brake drift assist is on, drift assist is on, so that you're drifting around, you don't have to slide all the way out when you're doing that. Loss control is on, gives you a better launch with the line. Differential is more open so that you don't keep spinning your wheels all the time, it just keeps it at a balanced state. Downforce, not too much, because then if you do too much, you're just gonna start drifting more. Not too less, not too much. Too much, you won't drift as much. Too less, you drift too much. So balance, it didn't really work for me because I'm more of a drifty person. But I put it at a slightly less state, so I drift. At least I get to drift, and I need to get some grip there. So yeah, brake strength more, so I can actually get the car to drift around corners. Because brake drifting is, as I said before, the fastest way to get around in Need for Speed. Bias is at kept it neutral because just having the front brakes more biased, I don't know, it doesn't really work as much. So there, I put grip tires on because I think those work well. Handbrake strength not entirely weak, but semi weak, so that I won't completely spin around, but I have enough to like initiate a drift whenever I lose control. When drifting, or wherever I don't get into a drift. Spring stiffness, sort of a soft. Spring stiffness and straight bar, sort of a soft nature. Too stiff, when you come up to like bumps or curves, you won't get as much. You'll just bump off and just. It's the weird physics, but yeah. Put it a bit soft so that you get a little more. The car will produce more body roll, but at the same time, you won't like launch into the air when you like hit a bump or like you hit some other bump like that. And then nitrous, all powerful. And then I know we should shift the manual, but I don't shift manual with this one. So that's it up there. I also have this one which I use in this video now, and it's different because of what I've seen or what I've saw in other vids. So I have since there's no downforce, I sort of compensated for the lack of the ducktail at the back. So less tire pressure in the front and the back for a little of a balanced jet. Steering response and steering range are the same, and that's all the same. That's the same. No downforce obviously because it's the ducktail there. Brake strength, that's the same. Grip tires, handbrake strength, I kept it there. They make it too weak because I think that works for me. Spring stiffness and sway bars are at the same soft rate. Cannot speak today. Just for, I don't know, I think that worked. That did work. So, and that's all the same. So that's my setup. Now onward to Amy's build events.
Ames and you did some great tuning and driving. Let's take that up a notch and try it all again. halfway through Amy's event. Keep rolling, yo. that's a wrap for the events we did with Amy. Boom!
Here with you, see your face in the crowd.